What is going on, Z Traders? No Trader here, and today we're coming at you with your daily market recap. If you find any value in what it is we do here, consider subscribing for more content and market updates. And if you wouldn't mind smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm, follow us on Instagram and join us live every day, Monday through Friday during market hours on our Discord server, where we have over $5,000 worth of learning materials, all for the wonderful price of, drum roll please, free 99. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely free to join. The link is posted as always in the description below. Be there or be square. And lastly, remember, this is not investment advice. This is for educational purposes only. Do not hop into anything discussed here without your own due diligence, as these are not trading signals, but rather my thoughts on specific securities. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Today is Monday, and typically people hate Mondays, but I love them. I love Mondays because it's another opportunity to get out here and make some freaking money. I mean, where else can you go that will pay? Like, you could be anywhere in the world. I mean, you can, oh man, if you know what you're doing, you can just print money. It really is. You just, and for what I will tell everybody listening out there right now is that if you're new, if you're just now getting into options trading, don't bog down your charts with 300 indicators. Don't use all this stuff and breakout patterns and spreads. You don't need any of that. Okay? Yes, that stuff exists. Yes, it's out there, and yes, you can make money with it. But I'm telling you, the simplest, most easy and concise way to make money in the markets, buying options, is gap fills. I stand behind that. I've seen the fruits of it, and I have embraced it fully. You don't need to be a guru. You don't need to be the smartest person on earth to be able to do this. I used to think, oh my God, all these people trading options, making all this money, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars a week, with options. I used to be like, oh my God, I could never do that. Oh, they're just so great. And I don't know. I don't get it. All the Greeks and the delta and the this and the that, and there's 100 moving parts. Forget about all that for a second. There's a simple process that you can distill this down to. All right. People are emotional. A lot of times people trade, especially retail traders, right? They trade based on emotion, not technicals, and you can use that to your advantage. When everybody is panic selling, you can buy calls at the bottom. When everybody is panic or just FOMO and buying and driving the price up, you can get puts at the top. You can see on the chart and the level 2 and everything where the resistance is. So if you buy puts into the resistance, boom. I mean, I wish I could have understood this 6 months ago, or 12 months ago, or 18 months ago, or years ago. Like, I wish I would have known about options trading, or I wish I would have had the understanding about options trading 10 years ago that I have today. I would be a millionaire right now. But that is a whole tangent that we had no business going off on. Let's get back into it. You are looking at a chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average Daily Chart. And as you can see, we did break below the 200 MA. However, she tried to come back, and she's a little bit over. Although she does have a wick. Came down a little bit, couldn't hold all the gains. That's okay. You win some, you lose some. Don't I know it? Little bit, just on the line for being over sold. Has some decent volume today. This is going to get very interesting. I told you guys last week what I thought would happen. I thought that we would just come down and bounce around and chop in the air before we decided direction. Ultimately, today we were down and we were looking at 24,906 on the Dow, but we came back to life and she bounced. We were up 157 points. SPY, same deal, up 284, which is crazy when you consider that we were down as much as almost $3. So we came back. I'm sorry, not $5 actually. We were down as much as $5. Came back and it actually had a $3, almost $3 gain. That's crazy. But in the chat, I see all this stuff on the charts and I talk about it. And I told everybody in chat, like, look, SPY has a gap to fill. It's easy money. Like, it's just sitting there waiting for you to take it. Like, it's crazy. And I told everybody last week, if you saw my videos, you know what I said about this last week. I told you we would come down and hit the 200 MA and bounce. I told everybody that. And this was that. Not all the way, but we did get an initial rejection, although I don't believe that'll be the last time we touch it. Because I don't believe we'll just like bounce and V back up here. Like, that's not practical. So, a little bit on the line, just like the Dow is. We had 134 million in volume on SPY today. That is outrageous. Okay, so the bulls are not giving up their ground. And if you look at it on TradingView, we are up against a resistance on a P right here, right? And we hit it and got rejected twice now. All right, so now we're down. We'll probably come up, hit it again, and reject off of it. So either we're going to break through this or we're going to fall back down into the death zone. So with this here, I'm inclined to think that we'll bounce back up maybe to R1, although that remains to be seen. So let's try to read some tea leaves with VIX. All right, so VIX is at a support, whereas SPY is at a resistance. So like I told you guys in chat today, I called the end of the day dump on SPY because I saw that the same predicament was happening. VIX was at a support and SPY, well, it was actually the opposite. But whenever this convergence happens, somebody's got to lose. Okay? Is it going to be VIX or is it going to be SPY? Whoever wins, it's going to be a massive, massive move. All right? So if the bulls can win, VIX will drop and break this support level and go probably down to 35.69 before breaking down again to 33. And then it'll break down to 32. And then after 32, you got 30. So there's a lot of breaking down it has to do. There's a lot of levels it has to get through in order to finally land on S1. So SPY, on the other hand, doesn't really have all that much levels to break through to get to R1. I mean, yeah, it has to break through this, 312, and then it has to break through 314, and then it has to break through 318, and then finally 319. So it's going to be complicated. But like I said, to win, somebody's got to lose. So we'll see. And that brings me to the next part, which is the economic calendar for tomorrow. So we got three things happening tomorrow, right? We got the Fed speaking. Jerome Powell is going to be giving his thoughts about the economy and where it's headed and what's going on, and pretty much the same thing we've been hearing. I don't expect him to say anything market adverse, although it is widely believed that he will agree to continue to buy bonds. I don't know, maybe he buys junk bonds. Maybe he does something a little bit unsuspecting. I don't know. What I do know is whatever he says is going to be a strong mover of the markets. So be careful trading tomorrow. All right. So that's going to happen at 10 o'clock, right? So also, we got retail sales and core retail sales coming out tomorrow too. That's going to be big. And we also have Oracle earnings. That is definitely going to move QQQ and the tech sector. So if they beat on earnings, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to go up, because they could beat on earnings but then give a dour guidance for the rest of the year. You have to pay attention to that. I saw this last week, but I didn't get into it, Oracle. But we'll see what happens with them. So let me see something real quick. So we got a little recovery here. It's been trading along these lines forever. Doesn't go anywhere. Just shoot up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I mean, you could have made a lot of money trading this, following this pattern. But it doesn't vary by much. So it's got earnings. I would have expected to see some more run up in the stock if the market was that optimistic about the earnings. I don't know. I don't know. This is kind of weird for pre-earnings run up, although a legitimate argument could be made that it did have this long bullish candle here, and that's nice to see. But pre-earnings, I would expect it to be, near highs. That's unusual for a tech stock, although Oracle is pretty boring as a stock overall. But because it's a big tech name, people will be looking at it to move the market tomorrow. So as Oracle goes and as the Fed goes, so goes the market tomorrow. So I want everybody to keep that in mind. And be careful out there tomorrow and watch out. So with that being said, that concludes the market outlook portion of the video. Now, for what we all came to see, let us get into the plays. All right, so let's get into it. Today, first of all, let me say, was very frustrating because TOS was a POS today. All right. As soon as the market opened, could not get. First of all, there was a big update that took forever, and then when we did get in, couldn't place any trades. It was crazy. It was crazy. And as a result, it threw our whole game plan off. We could have made so much money today, but no, the market gods did not smile down upon us. And as a result, all the positions were short. Only played 2 positions today. I was so mad, I just walked away. I said, whatever, screw it. So, and as usual fashion, we called this out in chat. Go all the way back up and see what we got here. Yep, let's make some money today. 934. TD messing up. Facebook has a gap to fill. So does Tesla. So does Boeing. Facebook filled the gap. SPY has a gap. SPY may pop later. Look at that. Come all the way down here. What do you know? Bang. All right. Look at this. Entry, exit. I didn't get the full position. I could have gotten in down here, but nope. TOS wanted to be a POS today, so we had to get in quick and get out quick. It ended up going up higher than this, but I wasn't taking any chances with not being able to get out, or who knows. And I got out when I could. So that was that. And then we got the Boeing calls, gap fill, same thing, different day. I mean, it's just so easy, guys. I can't stress this enough. If you're struggling, if you're watching this video and you're saying to yourself, Zeno Trader, how do I make money in the market? I've been losing my shirts. I've been going belly up. I'm losing. I can't win. Just look for gap fills. That's all you have to do is look for gap fills pre-market. It never fails. Okay? Now, let me qualify that before you go put your whole account in this stuff. There has to be certain elements to it that makes it an acceptable gap fill. For example, the gap must be close. So for example, if we gap down lower than this, like if we start trending down, it becomes less and less likely that the gap will fill. But if we trade close to the gap, it's more likely that it fill. But if the gap is too far away, I mean, it'll fill, but just maybe not today. All right. So you got to know not all gap fills, not all gaps are created equal, because some gaps don't fill the same day. They will fill 2 days from now or next week, but or the 1 week after or the month after. But eventually, all gaps typically do fill. I mean, this is it, guys. If you want to make money, if you want to stop losing or feel like you are competent, there's no secret magic, there's no secret sauce about trading options. It's just all experience, all, losing and blowing up accounts and learning from experience and studying all night long and waking up and not going to sleep, and it's just a lot. If you expect to become good at this, expect this to be a graduate level course. Okay? There's no shortcuts, but this is as close as you're going to get to one, I tell you that. So this is basically like a cheat code for printing money. All right? None of the other gurus out there are going to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you it for absolutely free because I don't care. I'm going to make money anyways. All right? So, boom, look at this. Even got in on the small accounts. Buy puts. Right there, baby. Look at that. I'm sorry, SPY calls. I apologize. Right there. Easy money. Boom. Ended the position up 212. Bought the contracts for 97 cents on the dollar. Sold them for 309. Now, look at this gain, guys. And look at the risk. Look at the risk management. Okay, I had, at the time of this trade, I had about $600 in this small account challenge, right? And I put up $100. Now I could have easily put my whole entire account in this position and would not have thought 2 seconds about it because I knew it was going to win. And I could be sitting here with $3,000 in this account instead of 212. But there is principles that you must live by when you trade, okay? It's all about the principles. It's all about the percentage gain. I don't care anything about this number, okay? You're going to get this eventually if you survive trading long enough. It's this that you need to focus on. Because if you get this aspect down packed, this is automatically a byproduct. Okay? I didn't get shook out. I held and held and held and held. There was times where it rejected, but I was watching the chart. I saw it reject from the 50 MA, saw it go down, but I was like, we got momentum on our side. The volume is picking up. I'm going to hold, right? And it's not like, you don't want to waste a day trade on $70 because obviously this account is below 25, so I can't 25,000, so I can't day trade, and there's no cash count option in Robinhood. So you're stuck with what you're stuck with. But yes, that's how we did with that. Now to the main. Also, right here, end of the day. I think what is this? 3:12 p.m. 3:12 p.m. Let the record reflect. Monday, June 15th, 2020, 3:12 p.m. I think end of day dump is coming because VIX is at P1 and SPY is at support on VWAP and 50 MA. And since we've been pumping all day, it's only right for the sell off end of day. We'll see whatever direction the market moves. It's going to be big. Around 3:30, 3:45, we're going to see. And there she goes. Tried to warn y'all. If I tell y'all grass is going to turn to cheese, y'all better start hustling crackers. That was at 3:29. Boom. Good call. And you got the Michael Jordan shrug. Hey, man. I'd be trying to tell y'all. Hey. So it is what it is. So this is how we came out looking today. Boeing, SPY. And also, oh yeah, we got the T-Mobile swing in puts because apparently, and this was about what was this? 354. T-Mobile is having a network-wide outage. Uh-oh, do we get in puts or no? Started a light put swing in T-Mobile, and then someone says, "Dude, did you follow through?" T-Mobile puts, and then somebody in chat, look at that. They saw what I said and got in. Made $300 just that quick in less than 5 minutes. Now, granted, I didn't say that so everybody could hop in because it was a risky play because it's off of speculation about, the outage. And since then, it's been corrected and I've been able to make phone calls. So we may get clapped in the morning. We may lose that $500 and then some. But you know what? It's all house money at this point. I don't care. Initially, we were right about the direction because it did start to fall. So, back to the P&L. So, I just wanted to explain that real quick. Why T-Mobile is on there and I didn't post anything for it because it was a swing. All right. So, we got the SPY, we got Boeing, we got T-Mobile. It was a decent day for us. We could have done better. We typically do better, but because recently, today, we had the problems with TOS being a POS that we couldn't get into the positions to do what we wanted to do. But, I mean, it's still a great day overall. Better than a loss, I'll tell you that. So, it is what it is, folks. All right. So, yeah. Just one thing before we go is just be consistent in what you do. All right. Learn your craft, learn your trade. You're not going to make any money if you don't get good at learning your craft. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, we have something in real time. As I'm looking at the chart, T-Mobile is making a big move after hours to the downside. This huge red wick, it looks like it hit the VWAP and it's bouncing back up. Oh, wham. I got to a little bit. You got to remain calm. Don't let that fear you because pre-market it could jump back up. But I was just like, whoa, oh my God. It'd be crazy if it just like went down to here tomorrow and we just wake up with like $5,000 in our account. Wouldn't that be cool? And people who in the chat got in, they'll be part of that beneficiaries of that position as well, even though I didn't necessarily call it out for everybody to jump in because, again, a disclaimer, my chat is not a signal chat. I don't post stuff for people to get in. That's why I don't give you the exact option and the strike price and which specific option because I don't want you to go hopping into anything and lose money because I could be wrong. That was a speculative play, all right? It was something that it was just like, okay, I see there's a server outage. It's mass spread server outage because everyone on social media is talking about it. How will this affect telecoms. And it's crazy when you become a trader, everything goes back to the market. How will this affect prices? What stock is going to be affected by what? And you want to get to that point where you think stuff, ideas just come to you from everywhere because you're so in tune with the markets. Like the riots, I know people were posting like, oh my God, uh, mobile camera makers are going to go through the roof because there's going to be a big demand for, cops, the police departments buying, a whole bunch of, camera units. Just anything you can think of, right? It's crazy. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be in the building with this swing. We'll let you know. Right now it's down bigly after hours. We got in up on this candle here. So we'll see. We will see. Hopefully everybody who got into this swing with me, we'll ride it out together. We're all in this together, right? So that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if you don't take anything else away from what we do here, remember, plan your trade, trade your plan. Bulls make money, bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Follow us on Instagram and join our Discord chat where we are live until 5 and we do something before 2 something. The links are posted in the description below, guys. Until tomorrow, Zeno Trader out.